bit today about how you've been feeling over the last couple months or weeks. Does that sound okay? Yeah. So I'm going to be asking you a few questions today about how you've been doing lately and how you've been feeling over the last couple months. So if you could answer those questions as accurately as you can remember them, that would be great. So if you can't remember something, don't be afraid to tell me that you just can't remember, okay? So if you see me documenting or writing things during our discussion, it's so that I can remember important information you're telling me, so that I can keep it in your file for future references. Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And that sounds okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I ask you any questions today that you don't feel comfortable answering, just let me know. Does that sound all right with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Kevin, what brings you here to see me today?
My parents told me that I should come in.
Okay. Do you know why your parents asked you and brought you here to see me?
I don't think that they like the way that I've been acting lately, and I've kind of been making everybody upset in my family.
Okay. Well, do you feel like you're making other people upset?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so the first set of questions we're going to be discussing today will be more about your school and your extracurricular activities that you participate in at school or outside of school. Does this sound all right? Does that sound like something you can talk about today?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Kevin, do you go to school?
Yeah, I'm in grade 5.
You're in grade 5. Okay. So how do you like it? Do you like school?
Yeah, not as much as I used to, but it's okay.
Okay. Do you know what changed from when you liked school in the past to now, not liking it so much?
I don't know, I just haven't really been interested in it, or I haven't really been wanting to hang out with my friends, or I don't know, sometimes I don't even want to go to school, and I'll make my mom keep me home from school if I don't feel like going.
Okay. So do you have close friends at school that you spend time with outside of school or in school a lot?
Yeah, I have a few friends that we used to hang out with, but lately I haven't really been feeling hanging out with them. I've just kind of liked being by myself now.
Okay. So how are your grades in school? And how are your teacher and your relationship in school? Do you have good teacher relationships?
Yeah, I guess so. It was better, and I'm doing okay in school. I guess I've been getting good grades, but not as good as they used to be.
Okay. So what about your extracurricular activities? Is there any activity that you really, really find you engage in with and that you enjoy a lot?
I enjoy hockey. I like watching hockey, and sometimes I play hockey.
Okay. That's good. So now, Kevin, I'll be asking you a little bit about your family. Is that okay? Yeah. So can I ask you a bit about your life at home? So in general, how your life at home is?
It's okay. It's nothing like it used to be, but right now I don't know, it's not the best.
Okay. So do you have brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I have a brother.
Okay.
And a sister.
Oh, awesome. Okay, and you guys get along well?
Yeah, not as much as we used to, but it's okay.
Okay. What about pets? Do you have any pets?
Yeah, I have a dog.
Okay, nice. What's his name? Or her name?
Boomer.
Boomer, that's an awesome name. Okay, so what about your family, your parents? Do you like spending time with them and your brothers and sisters? Do you have a special activity that you guys do together?
I kind of like hanging out with them. I used to hang out with them quite a bit, but lately we haven't been hanging out a lot. We used to enjoy going to hockey games together, and my family would come watch me play hockey, but lately I haven't been wanting to go to hockey, and I think I've been making them upset lately, and they haven't been wanting to spend time with me, and when they do want to spend time with me, I don't really want to spend time with them.
Okay. So how, on average, how long would you say you spend time with them? And you can make this on a daily or weekly basis. How long would you say?
Probably just like around dinner and like in the morning, like when we eat, and
Okay.
sometimes after dinner, but most of the time I'd rather just be by myself.
Okay. So when you're not with your family or friends, what do you enjoy doing?
I used to like to hang out with my friends, but lately I would just much rather sit in my room and just be by myself.
Okay. So, we're going to switch topics for the last time for today, because I can see that it's probably getting a little bit overwhelming because it's the first time that you've been in to see me. So I'm going to ask you some specific questions about how you're feeling and your emotions and your moods over the last couple weeks. So how often do you think that you have these feelings that you've talked about, you know, spending time alone and wanting to be by yourself and not wanting to spend time with other people?
Pretty much all the time. It doesn't interest me anymore, and I don't really like being around like my friends or my family, and it kind of just like puts me in a bad mood, like when they make me want to, or like if they try to force me to hang out with them. Like sometimes when I'll be laying in my bed or just like spending time by myself, my parents will like try to get me to come out of my room and like watch movies with them or like do something with them, but I just don't feel like doing it anymore, and sometimes I'll just get really upset and I'll throw tantrums or I'll start crying because I just much rather be by myself.
Okay, so when you get these tantrums or feel like you're going to cry, what usually starts those or brings them on?
Just like, I don't know, I just feel like all day just like not really in a good mood, and then when people like interact with me and try to like get me to like do things with them, then it just like, I don't know, I just much rather be by myself, so then I'll just start crying or I'll like throw tantrums, and that'll, I don't know, make them not want to hang out with me, so then I'll be able to be by myself.
Okay. So, have you been sleeping okay lately? How's your sleep been? Full night sleep, or do you wake up a lot?
It's okay. I feel tired all the time, but I spend a lot of time in bed. I guess, I don't know, my energy levels just aren't like what they used to be, and I don't know, maybe not that great then.
Okay, so how have your energy levels been lately? Like with school, for example, do you like getting up for school, or has it starting to become feeling a little bit less like something that you want to do?
I used to be really excited about school because I used to like hang out with my friends and being around people, but now I just don't really have any energy to go to school, and like I said, I'd just rather like stay home from school, and I'll like cry some days and make my mom like keep me at home so I don't have to go to school.
Okay. Okay, so if you had to rate your energy levels, would you rate them as low energy, moderate, regular, a regular level of energy, or severe energy where you have like lots of energy to do lots of things?
I'd probably say low energy.
Okay.
Right now, at least, I don't know, compared to what I used to be, I used to have a lot more energy, but now I don't really have any energy.
Okay. So if you were given a choice to prefer to stay home or go out out and do new things, what would you choose?
I'd probably just stay home.
Okay, what would make you decide to do that? To stay home instead of go out and do new things, maybe with friends or family?
I don't know, I just like not really like wanting to be around people, and I don't really like talking to people or like spending time with people. I'd rather just be by myself because I know that I'm probably just gonna upset my friends or my family being around them just because of sometimes when I throw tantrums it upsets my friends and my family, and like I know that they won't have as much fun being around me anymore, so I'd much rather just stay by myself.
Okay, so has it always been this way? Or how long would you say that these feelings have been occurring?
It hasn't always been this way because I used to really enjoy spending time with my friends and my family, and I would do it all the time, and we used to have lots of fun together. But I don't know, within the last year, I just would, I don't know what changed, I just don't like it anymore.
Okay. So, how would you describe your moods in a word or a couple words at school or with your family?
Probably just bad.
Bad. Why do you think that it's bad?
Just like, sometimes I'll just like mumble to myself or to my family, like when they're asking me a question, and when they are trying to talk to me more, get more words out of me, I'll just like snap and just get really mad at them, and I don't know, so I guess always like a bad mood.
Okay. So have you had any significant life experiences or something happen recently in your life or in your family's life that may have changed these feelings from a happy mood for Kevin to what you describe as a bad mood for yourself?
Maybe when my grandpa died just over a year ago.
Okay. Did you and your grandpa have a good relationship or connection? Yeah. And did he live close to here?
Yeah, he lived really close to us, and he would spend a lot of time with us, so he was always a big part of our family get-togethers, and like when me and my family would hang out all the time, he'd always be there. And so now like when my family hangs out, it's different, and I don't know, it just doesn't really seem as fun anymore.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear about your grandpa, because that's a really recent thing that happened, so that's something new in your life, right? So Kevin, have you talked to anyone about these feelings before? Like another, probably like a person, like a counselor or a therapist, or have you talked about it with your friends or family?
Well, a while ago, when I first started acting this way, my parents would try to talk to me about it and try to make me feel better, but I don't think that it was working, so they took me to see somebody else to talk to, but that was a while ago.
Okay. So what did this person that you talked to, a counselor or the psychologist that you mentioned, say? What did they say about, everything that you told them?
They just asked me questions kind of like right now, and they talked to my parents too, and she told me that I am probably depressed.
Okay. So did they diagnose you with depression, the individual that you saw before then?
I think that's what my parents said. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Kevin, we're done answering questions for today. I think it's been a lot, and I'm glad that you shared these things with me. So next we're going to give you a test. Not something that you're used to at school. It's not like one of those kind of tests, but rather it's a test that will help me understand a bit more about how you're feeling and your emotions. Does this sound like today. That sounds like something that might be a little bit more interesting to you because it's kind of fun. Okay? Okay, Kevin. So this is the test. It's called a sentence completion test. So this test will give me a better understanding on how you're feeling. So what I want you to do is complete the sentences and express your real feelings. Does that make sense? Okay, so try to make sure to complete the sentences in full length and let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Okay? Okay, all finished?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to take the test and review it and look it over, and I'll see you next week at your next appointment.
Good afternoon, Kevin. I'm Dr. Smith. I'll be talking to you today a bit about how you're feeling. Does that sound okay? Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions today about how you've been doing and over the past couple of months. And you can answer the questions the best way that you can and the best way that you can remember them. That's okay. Just try to do your best. And yeah, we can have a little bit of a talk. Does that sound okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you see me documenting or writing stuff down in the middle of this interview, that's okay. It's just so I can remember some of the things that we've talked about, and I'll be able to put it in your chart and in your file so we can keep an update about how you've been doing. Okay? Okay. So today I'm going to start to ask you some questions about your day and your routine and your schooling. And if you feel uncomfortable at any time about any of the questions that I ask you, you don't have to answer them, and you can tell me if you're feeling uncomfortable, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so Kevin, what brings you in today to see me?
Well, my mom and dad and sister and brother are starting to get annoyed with me on a daily basis, and they don't want me around as far as I'm concerned. And then
Okay.
my parents, they thought I should come and talk to someone because I just haven't been talking to them, so they think that it's better for me to come and talk to you, I guess.
Okay, so are you okay with talking to somebody about how you've been doing? Are you excited or are you nervous?
I'm a bit nervous.
You're
'Cause
nervous?
yeah, the last time that I talked to somebody, it didn't really go well because then they said something about a disorder or something.
Oh, okay. Do you remember what kind of disorder?
I think they said it was depression.
Okay.
So my mom and dad have talked to lots of people about it, and then they said that I should come and see you too. So
Okay, well, maybe we can get a little bit more information to see what can help you with that. Okay, so when your parents brought you to see me, did they tell you why? Did they give you a reason maybe they want to see some change?
well, they just want me to be happier, I think, to like want to be included in the family stuff again. So they think that I'm like too worried all the time.
You're too worried? Okay. What do you think that you've been worried about lately?
I worry about like school because I really like getting good grades, but lately I just don't have any energy to get good grades.
Okay.
So I just haven't been getting good grades, and then my parents get upset because they think that I'm not trying hard enough, and they think that I could be doing better.
Okay.
So that makes me a little nervous. And then also, like I was trying out for hockey for a bit, and I was on the team, but then I just didn't want to go anymore. So
Okay, so you just stopped wanting to go. Do you think that was because of your depression, or do you think it was because of being worried about succeeding?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think maybe I just worry too much.
Okay, so you go to school. What grade are you in?
I'm in grade 5.
You're in grade 5,
Yeah.
so you're about 10 years old?
Yeah.
Okay. And in general, how do you like school? Do you like school, or you don't like going to school? What do you feel about it?
I used to like going to school, but lately I just don't want to get out of bed. I just want to stay at home and, relax in my room and be by myself. I don't like being around all these other people.
You don't like being around people at school anymore?
No, I'm not around my parents really either, so I just usually stay in my room or sleep longer.
So do you think that affects your schooling? Do you think that you've maybe been not trying as hard in school because of those reasons?
Yeah, maybe. I just don't know what it is. I just don't want to leave my room.
Is it because you think that you're too worried about interacting with the people that you go to school with? Do you have lots of friends at school?
I used to have more friends, but lately they don't want to spend time with me.
Okay,
I don't invite them over very much, though.
Okay, so why do you think they don't want to spend time with you?
They just seem like they get annoyed with me easily, and sometimes if I don't, get my way, or if things don't go my way, I'll have these I'll explode on them, or I'll have these little fits, and they get mad, and then they don't understand. So
Okay, so what makes you have these fits or tantrums?
usually it's from if I don't have something that's scheduled. So sometimes if I see things on TV or things, my parents have to tell me in advance so that I have a little bit of more of an understanding of it before I watch it. Or I like to be told about things before they happen. So I don't like it when I get surprised with things.
Okay, so you don't like surprises, you don't like change maybe, is that what it is?
I don't know if it's change, but I guess maybe if that's what it is.
New events or unexpected events?
Yeah.
Okay, so regarding school, how are you doing in school? How are your grades?
They used to be better. They used to be really good.
Okay.
But now it kind of isn't very good. They're starting to get worried. My parents are starting to get worried, and my teachers are starting to get worried about
Okay.
my grades because they're starting to go lower than what they were.
Okay, why do you think your grades are starting to get lower?
I just don't really feel like doing things anymore. I just don't
Okay.
have time. And then if I do want to do something or have time to do something, I get very nervous about starting it because I don't know if I'll do it right.
Okay, so just nervous.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna switch to a different topic. Kind of similar to what we were just talking about, or what you brought up with hockey. I think you said you would try out for. Do you think this is one of your extracurricular activities that you participate in?
It was, but then I quit or started not going very much anymore
Okay.
just because I wanted to stay at home.
Is hockey the only sport that you're involved in outside of school?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah. So did you enjoy hockey?
I did at first, but now I don't.
So how long do you think that was when you stopped enjoying hockey?
I don't know. It's probably been a month maybe, or just over a month, maybe a couple months. I can't remember.
Okay, so you used to enjoy hockey quite a bit, and lately you just haven't been as excited about it or as interested in it. Is it, do you think that's the only reasons? Is there any other reasons why you aren't enjoying hockey anymore?
I don't think so.
That's it? Okay. So now I'm going to ask you some questions about your family and about your life at home. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so about your life at home, you mentioned that you have a brother and a sister. Is
Yeah.
that what you said?
And
Do
a
you
dog.
Yeah, and you have a dog. Okay, and both of your parents are living at home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So do you like spending time with your family?
I do. I like spending time with my grandpa, but
Okay.
he's not here anymore.
Okay, why isn't he here anymore?
He passed away and died a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So
Actually, it was a couple months ago now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how has that affected your life, do you think, with your family?
Well, he came over a lot and helped me with a lot of So, and we spent a lot of time together. My dad works a lot, so
Okay.
I don't spend a lot of time with him. And then my mom works, but she's home every night. But I just don't like spending time with her and my sister, who are the usually ones that are home, and my brother. But
So would you say that you spend a lot of time with your family?
I'd probably say less than I used to. Like, I used to have suppers with them and everything, and spend quite a bit. And we'd go do things, but now it's just breakfast and maybe supper in the
Okay.
evening.
So what do you think has made that change? What do you think has changed about that?
Well, I have like I said, I get mad at them easily, and then they get mad at me, and they don't want to be around me. So sometimes I just leave them alone because I don't want to get mad at them.
Okay. So you aren't spending as much time with your family anymore because of you've been getting upset with them lately and you've been getting angry.
Yeah.
You think that's the reason why? Okay. When you aren't with your family or when you're not with your friends, what do you think that you are doing? What do you spend your time doing when you're not with your friends or your family?
Just sitting in my room.
Just in your room?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do when you're in your room?
Not much. Sometimes I fall asleep because I get tired easy.
Okay.
I don't remember what I do.
Okay. So are you close with your family then?
Used to be.
You used to be close. What do you think changed that?
Just because I don't do hockey anymore, so they used to come watch me play, and then we'd all go to hockey games and watch play, but we don't do that kind of thing anymore. And then they'll have like board game nights and movie nights, but I don't want to do it.
So when they have board game nights, do they include you in the board games?
They try to, but I just don't want to.
You just don't want to? Why don't you want to?
I feel like I might do something wrong and not win, and then I get upset.
You get upset? What happens when you get upset?
I get moody, and I get mad at them easily, and I yell, and sometimes walk upstairs and slam the door and throw things.
So when your family wants to spend time with you, is that the only time that you find yourself getting upset?
No. I used to at school too, because if my grades weren't where I wanted them to be, then that would make me upset.
Okay. So back to when you were saying how you get worried about when your family tells you things that you're not expected to happen or that you were surprised about. You think that makes you worried when you find things out that you haven't expected?
Yeah, sometimes, just because I like a lot of, I don't know what to call it, maybe structure.
Okay.
I like to have things a little bit more explained.
Okay. And when you get upset with your family because you were surprised about something, do you think that they do anything to help you with that?
They try, but sometimes I just need to work through it on my own.
Okay. What do you think that they do?
Well, they try to get me included in things, and then they brought me here, so they try to get me to talk to people, and they try to get me to talk to them a little bit more, but
Okay. How has that worked out for you when your family has tried to help you cope with these unexpected events that make you upset? How do you think that's worked for you?
it doesn't at
It's
all.
not working?
No.
So the things that they've tried to help you with, they just haven't seemed to work. Okay. And we're going to switch topics for the last time during our session. And I'm just going to ask you some questions about specifically how you've been feeling over the past couple weeks or past couple months. How would you describe, just in general, how you've been feeling lately on a day-to-day basis?
Tired and low mood.
Low
I guess.
mood.
Just upset.
Okay. How often do you think you have these feelings?
every day.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you how long in a day, but every day for sure.
Okay. So how long do you think this has been going on for?
The last couple months.
The last couple months?
Mm-hmm.
So when you have low mood, or what do you think that those results stem from? Like, what do you think makes you have low mood?
I'm not sure.
No? How do you think that you can be described as a worrier?
Yeah, worrier or like, I don't know, worrier
Yeah.
makes sense.
Okay. So just as a couple examples, what do you think makes you worried or upset or in your day?
When my parents ask me to do things, or if somebody springs something on me last minute, or if my teacher gives me back a bad grade.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're worried about succeeding in school, or
And
just
being a good person to my parents and my siblings and
okay.
everything.
Okay. Well, thank you, Kevin, for answering these questions for me. We're done answering questions today, but I think that we're going to go off and write or complete a test, if that's okay with you. It's a simple test. It's not like a test that you've done in school. It's more about a test that can give us information about how you've been feeling and how you deal with your feelings, and maybe we can find ways to help you deal with that. Does that sound okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay, Kevin, this is a test I'm going to give you. You can fill out your name, and I'm going to read you the directions. So below is a list of sentences that describe how people feel. Read each phrase and decide if it is not true, somewhat true, or very true. Then for each sentence, fill in one circle that relates to the response that seems to describe you for the last 3 months. Does that sound like something you can do? Okay, if you have any questions, you can let me know. I'll be in this room. So you're all done your test. Thank you, Kevin, for filling it out. I'll go through the results this week and I'll get back to you whenever you schedule your next appointment.